Oh, you told me it was time. So, well, it is what it is. Hi, everyone. This is Robert at English 360, and here are a few students who are getting ready for the IELTS exam. So today we're doing part 2. I hope you're chiming in with comments. And in part 2, which is possibly one of the hardest parts of the exams, because you have to speak on your own, and nobody likes to speak on their own when other people are listening attentively, you know. So it's hard, but you can practice and get better. And what other place to do it than on YouTube? So you can really get stressed and have fun, you know. The more you get used to the stress levels, the better it is. If you practice your speech in an empty room, you wouldn't get the same practice that you would get by practicing it in front of people. So that's why. I'm going to share the screen with the first question. Just to remind everyone that part 2 is obviously after part 1. It is the one where you have to speak for about 1 to 2 minutes. And you just have to follow the directions. They give you the instructions of what you need to say. Just stick to that and go down one by one and talk about all the points. You must talk about all the points. I also would like to remind you that there are 4 exam criteria the examiner has in mind, which is fluency and cohesion, which means how fluent you are. If you are speaking, you know, in a nice way, in a nice rhythm, then that's going to get you better marks. If you have good cohesion, if everything is nicely put together, grammar and vocabulary, of course. So you have grammar, the accuracy of grammar, and the variety of grammar. As well as that, you have the lexical range, which means that you're able to use a variety of words correctly to convey your meaning. And lastly, the pronunciation. So, obviously you're going to have some elements of your language, your Italian language coming through, or, if you're Spanish, that, or Arabic or whatever, but that's acceptable. Where pronunciation is important is how you're using it effectively to convey the meaning. That said, it's time to go. So let me introduce you to 2 people. Actually, why don't you do it yourself? Julia, would you like to introduce yourself quickly?
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Julia. I'm a doctor, and I'm going to do the IELTS exam next week. So I'm very excited, and I would like to improve my English in every possible way.
Yeah, we're super pumped for you. Okay, Anna, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Marianna. I'm a receptionist in a hotel, and I'm trying to do the B2 level to improve my English. That is very important for my job.
Fantastic. So let's go with you, Julia. First
Okay.
question is about presence. Let me know if you can see the screen.
Yes.
Great, go ahead. So between 1 to 2 minutes, I'll give you about a minute to think, which you probably don't need. Anyway, we can run through these questions quickly for you. So describe a gift you recently gave a person. You should say who you gave it to, so who the person was, what kind of person she is, obviously relative, friend, etc. What the gift was. You can also say how long you've known the person, for example. Talk about the character if you like, and what the gift was, obviously, and explain why you chose that particular gift and not something else. Okay, whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to start. Yeah. I want to talk about a present that I'm planning to give to my grandmother for Christmas. I actually didn't have it with me at the moment because I'm still working on it. My grandmother is a very special person for me because I literally grew up with her, and so I was trying to do something special for her for Christmas, something out of the box. So I'm planning to do a calendar made with pictures that we have done during the years, and one for every different month. So this will be something personalized, something special that she can keep with her all the year long. It is quite difficult to do it because you have, of course, to select all the pictures, and I'm trying to select a special picture for every occasion that we have. For example, one at Christmas, one at Easter, one for my graduation, which was in July. So I'm putting in July. But I really think that the result is quite good. I really wanted to give her something that she could not receive from anyone else. And so this is the reason why I decided to choose the calendar. And the other reason is because I thought that this present could be very useful for her, because she's always writing on it special dates like birthday or wedding anniversary. So I'm really sure that she's going to enjoy it.
Okay, thanks very much. So the feedback time, okay? First of all, are you going to give this gift, or you have given this gift?
I'm going to.
So the question was about describe a gift you recently gave a person. So really important that you understand what the question is, because you misunderstood it for a gift that you're going to give. So I'm not sure how the examiner is going to react in this. Possibly you could get away with it. Possibly you may lose a chunk of your marks just because of that small mistake. Yeah. So be very careful. Do not answer a different question, obviously. If the question is about something you've done, something you've given, stick to that, okay? Number one.
Okay.
In terms of, let's say, fluency, I would be very happy with that. It was fluent. And in terms of cohesion, I'm not sure if I think you can do a better job in structuring your answer. Did you follow do you think you followed the pattern exactly as it was in the question? Did you follow it point by point, or you went off on a tangent sometimes?
Okay, I think I've tried to follow what is written, but
do you think you did it actually?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's important, yeah, because you have to. That gives you cohesiveness. If you follow the pattern of the question, that's one job already done. You don't even have to do it yourself. So you can say who you gave it to. I gave it to my grandma. She's 85 years old or whatever, and she's a wonderful person. And that's what I would like to hear from a student. And she's been always there for me. I grew up with her. I think you mentioned that.
Yeah.
And I decided to give her that gift because, I decided to give her a calendar. I think you pronounce it differently, and for a moment, I thought you're talking about something else, which is something that we use in the kitchen. But it was a calendar you were talking about, yeah?
Yeah.
Calendar, okay.
Calendar.
Yeah. So you would get, for grammar, it was fairly accurate, I would say. You could do a better job by forcing yourself to use a bit more variety, meaning talk about the past, what happened before that thing happened, talk about perhaps what you used to do in the past. I'm not sure if it's relevant in this question, but in different question it could be. Talk about how perhaps this particular person could benefit from it. I think you mentioned that, and what you're hoping for the person to get out of this gift, and why you chose it. You could also add where you bought it from. It's perfectly fine. So overall, I'm not sure about the score you would get simply because you decided to talk about something that was going to happen. I don't know how the examiner would react. I suppose they could let you get away with it, but I suspect that you would be penalized because of that. So
Okay.
what you can take away from this particular activity is, number one, do not answer a different question. Pay extreme attention to what the question is. It's written in front of you, yeah, you can't go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure you read the question properly. You make sure that you're not answering a different question. And number two, follow the pattern rigorously. Yeah, don't go line by line. Add information, add adjectives, which always help. When you're describing something, to have a few adjective adverbs, they help. And that's it. If you follow that, you have the fluency. Okay, you make odd mistakes here and there, but those are fine. If you correct those, you easily up to 7.58. Easily, I have no doubt. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
So let's move on to the next one, which is this particular one. Okay. Ariana, can you see the question on the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Describe a useful website. You should say what it is, how often you visit it, what information it offers, and explain why you think it's useful. So not your, possibly not a website that you don't use very often, but something that you're quite keen on using, which is helpful.
The website that I like to speak is a social network. Its name is Instagram. It's a social network. I visit it very often, and it offers a variety of information about people or people very popular, or about the shopping online, like clothes or something like this, and it's very useful to find the right article you need, and is useful especially for business company who would like improve their activity.
Okay.
And
sorry,
yes.
go ahead. Sorry.
And so it's important for the advertisement on a particular society or company, like hotel or just a business company, and to just.
Lovely. Thanks very much. That was good. Just like Julia, I think you did a wonderful job there. So here's my take. I believe you started off pretty well. You're making small mistakes, and I think you need to be sure about these mistakes. You're making mistakes like you say would like without the to. So you said something like the companies who would like advertise, instead of saying companies who would like to advertise. So I'm just talking about the mistakes now. There were plenty of good things as well. Useful with a U sound, not ooze. Useful, yeah, like you. Useful. That's great. Yeah. You mentioned the website sells cloaks. You mean clothes? Clothes, yeah. And cloaks are like the Harry Potter has a cloak on it, the cloak of invisibility. He puts it on and he disappears. That's a cloak with a K. Did you mean cloak or clothes?
Clothes.
Clothes with a TH, okay. And then you said people very popular. Very popular people. It's the construction of the sentence which wasn't right. So if I were to analyze and say how well you spoke, what I would say in terms of positive things, you know, like Julia, you've become fluent. Yeah, I can see your ideas are coming through. And in a similar way to Julia, you went off on a tangent. Yeah. So when the question is there in front of you, just follow that. Say what website it is. I'd like to talk about a website called Instagram. Okay. And it's very popular. I go on it every day. You have to say it. I visit it twice a day, twice a week, or every single day, every single hour. Did you mention that?
I use very often.
Yeah. How often is in the question? I think you need to say a bit. You need to be a bit more specific. How often do you? If somebody asks you, how often do you? If your doctor asks you, yeah, how often do you eat chocolate? Because maybe your doctor thinks you eat too much chocolate. Okay, it's just an example. You can't say I eat chocolate often or I often eat chocolate, whatever. You have to say, you know, once a week, twice a day. So I have more information. The question needs something more specific. You can say, I'm on it every day, for example. That would be the right answer to give. The next one was what information it offers. I think you missed out on a great opportunity. It gives a lot of information about, famous people, but like I think you mentioned, but also famous products, places to visit now, I think.
Yeah.
Universities are on Instagram. You know, almost everybody's on Instagram at the moment. So you could say, because it's a big, and I don't think, here's the thing, I don't think they meant website like Instagram. I think they meant website like a website. Instagram is like a social network. There's a difference between the two. I reckon, I'm not sure, what do you think, Julia?
I think that you can consider it Instagram a social a website. If you look for it on the internet, you will find it, even if you don't download the app.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I don't think the examiner will pick hairs and say, no, you talked about Instagram, which is not a website.
Yeah.
I don't think that will happen. So it was just my, you know, penny for your thought, literally. Why you think it's useful? I think you mentioned it. People can advertise, but you need to be, I think, a little bit more clear and less worried about particular details. Go with the simple thoughts, like, why do you think it's useful? Well, first of all, make a little list. First of all, you can advertise your business on Instagram. Secondly, if you're a young person and you want to show off how beautiful you look, how beautiful your body is, that's the place to do it. You know, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying this is what people do, right? People are completely free to do what they like. You can also say, if you are trying to promote your image, you can do it on Instagram. You know, as whatever reason you might be promoting your image, it might be that you're a famous singer and you're growing and you want to show who you are. So I think you can add a few more details, go a little broader, but otherwise I think you would probably get around 6.3 to 6.5 for that. If you corrected the mistakes, you would easily get 6.5.
Perfect.
Yeah, easily. Just focus on the little mistakes that you made, and again, just follow them through, right through. So did you expect your level to be more or less this one, a little higher?
More or less this one, I would say.
I'm satisfied.
You're satisfied? Oh, that's
yeah.
You've got to demand more from yourself. Be satisfied after the exam result, but not before.
No.
Yeah. So do you think that, especially Julia, do you think that there is a good chance that you can reach that, that level 8 in speaking, which is pretty hard? But it's within your reach, I think. Do you think you can do it?
Yes, I really try to do it because I really need it. So
Yes, absolutely. Because if you get 7.5 or 7 in something else, the 8 then brings it up to 7.5, you know? It compensates for wherever you lose. I think I have a very good chance. Okay, so thanks very much, and I shall see you in the next one. Let me know what you think of Julia and Ariana. Only positive comments, please.
Yes, just gentle, please.
Yeah. Be kind. There's, you know, nobody's perfect, much less us. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, and you'll see more videos like these. Have a great evening, and bye for me. And
Bye.
Bye.